we're now onto the M1. Thank you. Couple of GIST lorries there, they're on the rampage, hunting in Paisley. See, all the professional drivers are out early in the morning. All the courteous ones. No excitement, that's how we like it. We don't really want too much excitement in this game, we just want a nice, easy, clear run with zero fuckwittery. Last night we got a group chat going on with a couple of mates that I served with, and we'd added a couple of others, so everyone was sort of reminiscing over things that had happened, and it was like it cracked me up, because it's like, oh, did you hear about such and such? No. Oh, he got done for armed robberies, currently serving 10 years stretch. Oh, fucking hell. And then and then another lad, did you hear about, oh, I'm not going to mention names, but did you hear about this other lad? I was like, no, I hadn't heard about, boy, what? Oh, he got done for bothering horses. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, he did 6 years apparently. Got 6 years. Oh dear. For fuck's sake. Tell you, we had in the raw signals, you did have your fair share of fucking weirdos and lunatics. Woodall, not stopping. An hour in. Sorry, I didn't flush you in then, mate. I was in a little world of my own. Thinking about some of the things that were being said last night. Oh dear. Oh, look at that fucking van there, straight across. God, wanker. That truck didn't even, well, he might have lifted off, but he certainly didn't hit the brakes. See one of those there, that truck there, little Merc with a sleeper cab on it, that's what I was working for this worktop company, doing agency work. They gave me one of those to mooch about in. It's quite nice. It was very nice actually. So I will probably get down to, well, I can either go down a junction, one past the red line on the M1, or I can come off a couple of junctions before the red line and come across country, which is what I'll probably end up doing. Because then I can probably guarantee to be, well, it's 4:45. Depends on the time. Whether the road's open or not. I think they open the roads at 5. There's a picture floating around I saw on social media of one of these Amazon trucks going across the field yesterday. That was up north somewhere. Don't know if anybody else saw that. Fucking hell. Why would you even contemplate doing that? Why would you take a big truck, unless you were like on a festival site or something like that, where it was, yeah, you could go, you know, that's the proper route. Why would you do that? Understand the mentality of that. Report of obstruction. Yeah. Yesterday there was a lorry that had a blowout, and there was no warning on approach to the lorry having a blowout. None of the matrix signs were lit up. But as soon as you passed it, the matrix signs came on and said obstruction. Which is a bit late, really. Little one, come on in. Thank you. Bolsover Castle. Bolts over to my right, or is it to the left? I see no castle. That is good coffee. That is good coffee. So if you like your filtered coffee, pop in the Lidls and grab a couple of Greek bags. It takes a little lot. I don't know what it would be like in a percolator, but doing it how I do, which is like pour over, it takes a little longer than standard coffee, normal coffee. So it's a very fine grind. But a good taste. Somebody asked about my bikes. I can't remember talking about them, but that's no surprise for those that watch me on a regular basis. Know that I have an absolutely shocking memory. So I hope that you were talking about motorbikes. I've got two. Now, a little bit of a story for you. Strap yourselves in. Probably about 9-10 years ago, I started watching a fellow on YouTube called Ed March, and at the same time I had a mate, a very good mate of mine who I served with. He was going around the world on his motorbike. Now Ed Mark and I think my mate Geordie had a V-Strom. Was it Tenerife? I think it was a V-Strom. And he went around the world on his V-Strom. Took a year and a bit, I think, something like that. He had a fantastic time, some cracking photographs and videos that he put up. But anyway, I always fancied the idea of that. I like the idea, but I didn't have a motorbike licence and I didn't even have a motorbike. So I wondered how I could do it. I just, I had it in the back of my mind. I would like to do something like that. So anyway, I started. You scroll through YouTube and you end up going through a rabbit hole, don't you? You end up finding all sorts. So I watched various people doing, tours around and started reading books on motorcycle riding and all this malarkey. And I come across this guy called two guys. Ed March was one, and the name escapes me, but what was his name? It might come back to me. So anyway, Ed March went round the world on a Honda C90, and this other lad came back from Australia and rode all the way back through Australia, up through Malaysia, through Russia, through the Stans, Iran, and through Europe, back to the UK on this. Effectively it was a Honda again, but it was a 125, like a postie bike, what they call a postie bike. And it just fascinated me that these fairly old machines were virtually indestructible. And I thought, whilst I was thinking, I'm going to get them up, I want to get my license, I want to get them up, I thought, you know what, I want to get one of these. Because I like the ridiculous. So, I bought this Honda C90. Now with the old plastic fairings at the front, chicken chasers, step through, 3-speed gearbox. And, no, they don't break down, they just go a bit slower. It's just, there they are, just indestructible. And, yeah, so I ended up buying one, and I bought it off this lovely old bloke and his brother that lived out near Burnham-on-Sea, and he was an ex-scramble champion, scrambling in his day, and he had all his trophies in his living room. And this bike, this Honda C90, was in mint condition. He had a couple of others, but he was getting, this is one of his last bikes, and he said, oh, I wanted to go to, you know, I'd like to know where it's going and what are you going to do with it. And I told him, and he was chuffed a bit, so I was actually going to do something with it rather than just use it as a bit of transport, you know. It was actually going to be used for doing something quite interesting. Because I had this mad idea. I didn't have the time, I was working, I was on the buses, I didn't have time to go around the world. And my plan originally was to save up to do that. I had a 5-year plan at the time. And I thought I'd do this and see how it goes. So what I decided to do, and I planned the route, it took me weeks and weeks of meticulous planning and buying different bits of kit and all the rest of it, and just planning. I was going to go around the UK on it, and I was going to raise a bit of money for Help for Heroes and go around the UK on it. So I was with someone at the time, and I was in the build up to it, thinking, oh, when am I going to go? And I was thinking about it, and then we split up, probably because of my monotonous droning on about my Honda C90, which became the new love of my life, really. And we split up, and I said, fuck, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna fucking go. So I took about 2.5 weeks off work, and I said, right, my challenge is I'm going to ride around the UK on this Honda C90, just over 3,000 miles, and I'm going to do it in 2 weeks. Now that takes some going, but it was like, and I was fully self-supported, so I didn't have a, come on my son, if you're going to overtake me, don't make me slow down just because you're a cock. Like that. And there was a few, they put a map up at work, and I was going to phone in every day, and I put it all through Facebook. And there is a few people that, oh, you won't get far, fucking you can break down and all the rest of it, you're not going to do that, that's unachievable. And I thought to myself, I'd fucking show you, you bunch of wankers. So I had the most amazing time and met some incredible people in just in that 2 weeks time, and that really changed it was, you know, when you do something and you go, oh, that was life-changing. Well, it fucking was for me, because I realised that if you put your mind to something, you can actually, well, yeah, I should have realised that before, because I've done it quite a few times. But it sort of, reaffirmed that if you put your mind to something, you can do it. And I had an amazing time. I had a tent. I was self-sufficient. I didn't stay in any hotels or, well, I stayed in I stayed in a youth hostel because I came off the bike. Well, in fact, I say came off. I was blown off the bike in high winds. I went in April. Oh, fucking hell, here we go. I can't move out. There's a truck to my right. Go on then, my son's going. Come on. Come on, I'm fucking flashing you. You're not looking, you cunt. Holy fucking shamoly. I couldn't move out because them bastards wouldn't. Oh. Did I see a thank you? I don't think I did. Or did I miss it? Somebody tell me. Fucking hell. And he's got his fucking fog lights on. You cock. Or was it his brake lights? Might have been his brake lights then. So anyway, where was I? Yeah, I stayed in Tongue. I was going up Glencoe, really windy. And I pulled into this, I thought I'm going to stop, take a photograph. So I was getting buffeted about a bit. And I went in April. And I thought it'd be alright in April, it'd be alright. No, it fucking wasn't. It was still freezing at night. I was still getting covered in fucking ice. I was lucky with the weather. It didn't rain. I think I had a couple of drizzly days, but it didn't rain. And I stayed with a couple of friends on the way around. So anyway, I was going to this. I was in Glencoe one night. That's it. And I thought I'll pull into this. There was a big gravel pull-off into a lay-by car park type thing. I thought I'll pull into there, and as I come in there, the gust of wind caught me, and it caught me on the gravel, and it just took the bike from underneath me. Unfortunately, it managed to bend my leg from going, looking as it normally does, with your toes sticking out in front of you, to me toes sticking behind me. My leg went all the way around. Fucking hopped off the bike, 'cause it's light enough, you know, pushed the bike up off me. Got up and I thought, okay, that wasn't too bad. And then excruciating pain in my knee. Oh my fucking God. That was just, it was like someone had drilled a hole, drilled my kneecaps out, you know. Oh my God alive, that hurt. So, I did what any good first aider would do. I got out an exhaust bandage and some gaffer tape and strapped my knee up. And took a whole shitload of painkillers. And luckily I was furnished with some fairly strong painkillers from my mate, who put them in, no joke, he put them in my hand literally a day before I left and said, look, if anything seriously goes wrong, here's some really strong painkillers. I don't know, they were prescription, I shouldn't have taken them really, they were prescription jobs. And I worked a couple of those into me. It wasn't too bad, it was manageable. As long as I kept on top of the painkillers, I was alright. So anyway, that further on that day, I did a big day that day. I think, what did I carry, or did I, can't remember what it was, whether I broke the journey, but the next day, yeah, that's right, it was sunny one minute, and then it would be like hailstones, and then it would be sleet, and then snow, and then it would be sunny again. And by the time I'd got up to Tongue, which is where I was aimed to stop for the night, I knew there was a campsite there, and I knew there was a youth. I planned to stay, put my tent up at the youth hostel. But by the time I got there, I thought, you know, if they got a room, I'll have it, and they did. And I spoke to one of the, I don't know whether they're wardens or what they are, and I said, look here, not in the best of oh well, come on in, cook me a meal. I had a meal cooked for me. I had everything laid on. They looked at my knee, so oh, you need to go to the doctors, you need to go to the hospital for that. I ain't going to the hospital, just strap it up. I've got another exhaust bandage, all black gaffer tape. was away. But I stayed there for 2 days. I stayed there the whole of the next day, and then that next night, because I was suffering from I didn't realise, but I think I was looking back and I was in pretty much shit state by the time I got there, and it was quite late because they sent out, because I said I'd be there about 5 o'clock, and about 8 o'clock I hadn't turned up, so they knew the way that I was coming, and they sent out a car because it started snowing. So he sent a car out to come and look for me, and I'm tootling along like. So I followed the car back in. But oh dear, I got there, I was mildly hypothermic, I think, and in shit state. So they fed me, put me to bed. They knew what I was doing, I told them everything. And I stayed there the whole of the next day, just stayed. It was lovely and warm that house. The youth hostel there at Tongue, if you ever get to stay there, it's nice. Lovely and warm. And I just wrapped myself up and recuperated. So I more or less got to the top, and I only had a day's ride to get over to John O'Groats, because the plan was, the plan was to go from Land's End to John O'Groats. But not just Land's End, because then everybody does Land's End to John O'Groats, don't they? Or John O'Groats to Land's End. Everybody does that. So bear in mind, I lived in just outside of Southampton on the south coast. I thought, right, so from there, I'm going to start in Land's End, but I'm going to do all 4 corners. So I went Land's End, Dover, right along the south coast, all the way up to Dover. And then Dover, I'm going to go from Dover up to John O'Groats, and then John O'Groats over as far as Durness, and then Durness all the way back down to Land's End. And then from Land's End, I've obviously got to get back to Southampton again. So it was corner to corner, end to end, double. Just to make it a bit more of a challenge. As if riding a 24-year-old Honda C90 from Land's End to John O'Groats wasn't enough of a challenge. I had to do it twice and take in all 4 corners. Fully self-supported. In 2 weeks. And that was why it was over 3,000 miles. But it was an amazing time. Amazing time. The generosity of people was. I remember pulling into. It was a Sunday. I think it was a weekend anyway, and I pulled into Fort Augustus, which is quite a motorcycle cafe destination. You know, a lot of people take that as a day trip out, go and have a coffee, bike around Loch Ness and all around there. And I pulled in, and there must have been about 30 to 40 bikers in there. And I kid you not, I pull in, and there's photographs of me. I'll see if I can dig some out and put them into a video. Yeah, I might do that. And do it as a short or something like that. I might do that. I might dig them all out. And there must have been about 30, 40 of these bikers, and not everyone came up and stuff. So I had a tin on the front, charity tin thing, and everyone was coming up and putting money in it and talking to me about the bike, and everyone had a real genuine interest. It was real fun, really fun. I pulled up when I was going around on the south coast. I'd only been going, like, it was only my 2nd day in, I think. Might have even been my 2nd or 3rd day in. And I was at Blackpool. I was along the front, or might have been Hastings, I think it was. And I pulled up on the front. And the thing with a Honda C90 is you've got to lift, the fuel tank is under the seat, so you've got to lift the seat up. But I had panniers all over the seat, obviously a load of gear on because I was self-supported, I had tent, all sorts strapped to the bike. It was like Buckaroo, do you know what I mean? At any one point, when you started unloading it, it looked like Buckaroo had exploded. You know, the old game Buckaroo? That's what it looked like. So anyway, I'm taking up about 3 car parking spaces, and I'm filling up with petrol. And the next thing I heard was whoop whoop. You know, it's kind of whoops from the police. But I fucking shit myself, poured petrol all over the place, made me jump. The next minute, these 2 lads got out, these 2 coppers got out of the car, walked across to me, well, they parked right next to me, got a guy out and said, oh, how you doing, what are you doing, where are you going? And one of them had a Honda C90, so I had photographs of them. One of them was actually got on the bike. I've got a picture of me with the 2 coppers, and one of them sat on my bike. It was oh, it was quite funny. And then there was I got a Hoik or Haywick, but it's pronounced Hoik, just over the Scottish borders. And I carried a spare tyre. Now my tyre wore. I didn't change the tyre before because I had a bit of wear in it, I had a bit of life left in it. But when I got out there, I thought, hey, tyres, I'm getting into Scotland now, and I don't know what the weather's going to be like, and I'm going to put a new tyre on it. And it was getting quite late at night. It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I thought, oh, I could change the tyre myself, or I could actually find somewhere that might change the tyre for me. And I noticed that there was a motorcycle dealer in Hoik. So I found him up and I said, look, any chance you could? He said, well, if you bring it in tomorrow morning, we'll have a look. I thought, well, okay. So next morning, I stayed just down the road, and the next morning, at the campsite, and the next morning, I went on in, got in there, and I spoke to the owner, which is a lady, and I said to her, I said, look, this is what I want, and she was really interested, like, you know, because you don't see many Honda C90s around, fully loaded up like me, because I was hell of a sorry. And I said, this is what I need doing, any chance you could have a look for, you could change the tyre, swap the tyre over for me. And she said, what are you doing? You know, explain what I was doing, how I was doing it, and where I'd come from, and all the journey. And she said, yeah, no problem at all. I'll get one of our lads to sort it out for you. And I said, I think the chain's a bit loose as well. Any chance you could have a look at the chain for me? Yep, no problem at all. And they said, yeah, you could really do with a new tyre. I said, well, I've got a tyre. I said, but that does leave me without a spare. I don't suppose you've got a spare in stock. She says, no, but I can get you one. I said, oh, what, within, like this morning? So I'm a bit of a, I'm a bit tight on time. She said, no, it'll be here within a couple of hours. She says, give me an hour and a half and I'll have it. And by the time we've changed the tyre and, we had a cup of tea, it'll be all right. So anyway, she said, have a wait here in the office. So I sat in her office. She said, are you hungry? I said, well, she said, oh, right, stay there. So she went out and she came across from the shop across the road. There's a bakery's just round the corner. She came back with a load of sausage rolls. I had sausage rolls and a cup of tea. So I was being well looked after. And the mechanic came in and said, yeah, chain's a bit loose. We've got one in stock. Do you want me to put it on? I've got a new one. The chain stretched a bit. I said, yeah, if you've got one, I'll put it on. I've still got, I wasn't even halfway round. I've still got 1,500 mile to go, so yeah, you may as well. So anyway, she goes out, I'm eating my sausage rolls, she comes back in, she said, it's going to be about another 45 minutes. Do you want to come and have a look at the bike, see what they're doing to it? I said, yeah, I get it. So I thought she was just trying to get me out of the office. So we went out to the workshop, and there's like a couple of lads, the bike was in pieces. I was like, shit. And she said, well, we were having a chat, and we decided to give you a full service. I said, right, okay. And I thought, oh fuck, how much is this going to cost? Do you know what I mean? Because it wasn't, I never asked prices to have the tyre. I thought it ain't going to cost much to get a tyre changed over. and it ain't going to cost that much for a chain, you know. The Honda C90 parts are cheap as anything. And I thought, oh yeah, that's alright, no problem at all. But then she added full service, and I thought all of a sudden this is going to start mounting up. And I said, right, okay. Yeah, okay. And I thought to myself, do you know what? Just do it. Just go along with it. Go along with it. You know, whatever it costs, I'll pay it, because you know, I gave it a bit of a fucking tinkle beforehand, but I didn't give it a full service. And they've done a proper job. And there was a few things they said, oh yeah, we've done this, we've done that, we've done this, and we've put new ones of these on, we've done we've done the brakes, and we've retightened the chain, and new oil, new spark plug, lead, a brake cable was a bit iffy, so we changed that, done this, done that, blah 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 blah. I went off. I went okay, and inside the bit of me was going, oh, this is going to cost a couple £100, isn't it? This will be me on cheese and pickle rolls for the Western way round. So, and then the tyre turns up, and this elderly woman had the tyre in her hand. She come back in the car. So I looked at it and she said, oh, this is my, and the owner said, oh, this is my mum. I sent her to go and get your tyre. I was like, oh, there was no need for that. I could have gone and picked it up somewhere for you to. No. We wanted to, you know, we wanted to look after you a bit, like. So they sent her elderly. She was 80 something. Sent her out to go and get the tyre. Come back with a tyre. So I had a spare tyre. And then I said, right, we got to the end. We got on the. Everything was loaded back on the bike. And I had to wheel it around the front. He said, oh, and I said, how much do I owe? She said, we'll sort that out in a minute. I want to get some photographs first. Do you mind if I get some photographs with you? He said, oh, yeah, no problem at all, you know. So I got a load of photos, all the boys in the workshop come out, and it was a big, you know, loads of pictures going on. So it was really nice, you know, everyone was really nice and chatty and friendly. So, done all that, we were saying, and I said, right, how much do I owe you? And she went, nothing. I said, no, seriously, how much do I owe you? And she says, no, but you know, you're doing this for charity. I said, yeah, I'm doing it for Home for Heroes. And she said, well, I think it was a brother served, or I can't remember, but it was like, no, you're doing it for a really good cause. There was no charge whatsoever. I said, yeah, but at least let me pay for the parts then, you know? Let me pay you for the parts. She's like, no, you're not paying for none of it. I said, can I buy the sausage rolls? She's like, no, nothing. No, go away. It brought tears to my eyes. I remember riding away from there with tears in my eyes, because it was just, I wasn't expecting the amount of generosity and helpfulness that I got. It was just unbelievable. And it just really, it warmed my heart. And you know, up to that point, I was, like I say, I was a bus driver, and I hated people. And most of the people who got on the bus were bastards, moany, grumpy old people that should have known better. And it was just nice to be, I don't know, liked isn't the right word, but just nice to be with nice people. Yeah, so that was just an incredible situation I found myself in. And that sort of replicated itself a few times as I was going around. And I was only doing it for 2 weeks. You know, the friendliness and warmth of people, and people wanting to go out their way to be helpful. Yeah, it was really nice. It was really nice. And I had a cracking time. And I'd only just met the gorgeous Kira, probably about 2 weeks prior to me leaving. And so we're in the real early stages, and she thought, I think she must have thought, fucking hell, this lunatic's going around on this mopedy type thing. So I said to her, I said, look, when I get down to Cornwall, I said, I'm staying with friends. So I had friends that lived down in Cornwall, and I'm going to be staying with them. would you like to come down and stay with us when I get down there? Expecting her to say no, and to my surprise, she's turned around and said, yeah, I will. She will later. She will if you asked her now. She did say that after she said it, she wasn't so certain that that was the wisest thing to do. She didn't really know me. We'd only been out for a couple of drinks, and we'd been out for a curry, and that was it. That's all. We'd only spoke. You know, I think we spoke every day. We spoke every day, but we'd only seen each other 3 or 4 times. And there's me inviting her down. But you know, you got to do these things, innit? Being the confident, cocky bastard that I was. And so anyway, she tells the story of her she didn't have the kids that weekend. They'd gone to their dad's, and she said, I'm travelling down. She's going, I'm not quite sure what I'm doing. I'm travelling down to Cornwall to see a bloke that I don't really know, to stay with people that I've never met before in my life. What could possibly go wrong? But 8 and a bit years later, we're still together. Oh dear. She's a good girl. She puts up with a lot of my shit. Yeah, she's one in a million. She's a diamond. I struck lucky. Finally. Finally. I keep telling her with a bit more effort she could be the best wife ever. So yeah, I completed the journey. It was a bit of a mad adventure, and that got me into motorbiking. So and I did all that on L plates. So I had to stick to A roads, which is more fun. Why do you want to drive up and round on a fucking motorway? Jesus. So I did it all on A roads. I'll tell you what though, you don't want to be doing the Dartford Tunnel on a Honda C90. That was fucking scary. I pulled up. I came up on the A2, and you don't want to be doing the A2 either. I came up on the A2, and the Dartford crossing is not actually motorway. Believe it or not, it's not the M25, it's the A something or other, whatever it is. And I pulled into the services before the last services, I think that was, and there was these highway patrol officers in there, you know, like the highways agencies guys that want to do the traffic flow, and come when there's an accident they're there, and you know the boys I mean. So I went up to one of them and I said, look, this is what I'm doing, this is the way I'm going, what do you suggest I do? And they said, none of it, don't even try it. And I said, right, okay then. And I said, well, is it legal for me to do it? And yes, yeah, I thought it was, so that's fine. So I'm doing it because otherwise I've got to go all the way into central London, get the Woolwich Ferry, or the Blackwall Tunnel, which is just as dodgy. I then go out, and I said, that's just too long, too far. I just want to do that, get into Essex. So I said, you've got 2 choices. Either you can go in front of me or go behind me, with your lights on and guide me through, or you can come to scoop me up in a body bag in about an hour's time. And they said, hold on, we'll make some phone calls. So I'm having a coffee, they walked back across to me and they said, right, we've explained the situation, we're going to give you an escort. I said, brilliant. So I had an escort all the way through the tunnel, and I'm so glad that I had that escort, because it was fucking scary, even with an escort. But that wasn't my only escort. I actually had a police escort through the Mersey tunnel. That was even cooler. My mate at the time was a inspector up in that neck of the woods, and he pulled a couple of strings, and I said, look, I need to be coming, because I was staying at his house. I was meeting him at work. I was meeting him at work, and then I was going to follow him back to his house. So I was going to stay with him the night, and he arranged that before the tunnel I'd pull in, and there'd be a traffic officer there to escort me through, and he did. They escorted me through in the blue lights. Funny as. So yeah, there's some crazy things on that bike. So anyway, that got me into motorcycling. There's other stories I could tell you about it. So that got me into motorcycling, and after that, passed my test. And my first bike was a Honda Varadero, 1000cc. Straight in. No mucking around. What's going on here? Blue lights. Wide load, maybe. Can't be. Maybe. So that got me into bikes, and I did a couple of, fairly long trips on the Varadero around the UK, various different places. Long distance. I enjoyed the long distance riding. And yeah, it was had some good fun. And then the trouble with the Varadero is that it's a tall bike and a heavy bike. And those who are India bikes know that the Varadero, I had a huge tank on it, fuel tank on it, and when it was fully weighted up, and I had it lowered as well, the bike was too big for me. It was a stupid bike. I didn't buy with my head, I don't know what I bought with, but it wasn't with my head. So I should never have bought the bike. And I kept falling off it. I'd stop, and the camber on the road would be such that I'd put my foot down, and even with it lowered, it was still too tall, and it wouldn't be there. And then I couldn't hold the bike, and then I'd end up dropping it. Oh. And we were due to go away on honeymoon on the bike. We were going to go to Italy. And we've been out on, quite a few road trips, both of us together, so that was okay. And we left our house, we packed up, ready to go. We're due to get the ferry that night, and we said, we'll just go round and see your mum before we leave. Wave goodbye. So we did, and I forgot that there was a severe camber on that road, and I went to stop, and there was no road there when I put my foot down, and the bike went over, and it went over, being fully loaded up. I had full set of panniers on there, and Kira on the back, and when it went over, I said to Kira, jump! She jumped straight into the hedge, and I sort of fell with the bike, and the crash bars did the job, but they smashed the fairing and bent the bars in, and it just we didn't go to Italy because the bike had to go and then go and repair, and that took 3 or 4 days, and that would have been part of our holiday gone. So we missed the ferry, and we decided rather than wait 2 or 3 days, we'd get in the car and we'd go to Scotland. So we went to Scotland on honeymoon instead, and stayed in some really nice hotels. So it worked out well in the end. But after that, I thought, what, the bike's I'm going to change it. I couldn't decide what I was going to have though, so I kept with it. And I thought, the way I looked, I started watching YouTube, and I come across a sidecar outfit, and I thought that's brilliant for touring and Kira, and you can't fall off the fucking thing, can you? You know what I mean? It's got 3 wheels. You can't drop it, you can't fall off. So I looked in, and the search went on and on and on, and I couldn't find one, and then eventually came across F2 Motorcycles, Dave Angel over in Suffolk or Norfolk, one or the other, Norfolk I think it is. And he had this bike for sale. So I phoned him up and I said, that's the bike for me. I said, this is... I went across to have a look at it. Drove across. Fell in love with it. Had a little go on it, and it was just... I loved it. It was just a brilliant bike. And I thought I could do so much with this, you know. It ticks all the boxes for what I want, which was touring and being able to carry a lot of luggage. So I had a screen put in, I had an extra fuel tank put on, I had a few other bits and pieces modified to it, rear luggage rack, 12-volt electrical system, charger bolted on. So yeah, I had a few bits and pieces added on, done the deal, and about 2 weeks later I went out to collect it. So I got the train up and rode it back. Now, only ever riding it around his sort of yard. I'd never really ridden a sidecar outfit before. And if it wasn't for the fact that I was 200 miles away, I think if I bought it locally, I would have taken the thing back, because it nearly killed me on the first corner. It just wouldn't turn. It's a whole new... You got to remember everything you know about riding a motorbike. Forget, because it's a different vehicle altogether. It's a whole new learning experience. But once you get the hang of it, it's absolutely amazing. Oh, I love it. Yeah, you know, if you put a bit of power down, you've got to hang off it to get it round the corners. You got to, you know, making that chair fly. Oh, it's so much fun. It really is. It's a vehicle that you got to drive, you know, or ride, whatever you want. Drum brakes, so you got to think about braking even before you need to brake. You got to think about it. If you don't, it's too late. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's only it's a 2012 bike. It's one of the last of the drums and carbs before they went a bit high tech and started putting discs and hydraulics and electronic fuel injection systems onto the bikes and making them fucking boring. Yeah, this is proper carbs and drum brakes, old school, hardcore. And again, you got to remember why these bikes were built. It's a Russian Ural 750, and it was built so that everyday people could have a bike that they could fix and repair themselves. So everything is really basic, and it comes with a comprehensive toolkit that you could strip the bike down with the toolkit that comes with the bike. You don't need any other tools than what's in there. And again, it's just a cracking bike. And the last 2 years since I've been doing this job, it's been sat in my garage and not done anything. So I really do need to get a new MOT on it and get back out on it again. Oh, what is it with these people on the hills? Fucking get your foot down. I'm gonna back right off there. So yeah, it's a lovely bike, great for camping. Done quite a few camping trips on it. It's great off-road around Salisbury Plain. Had some real fun. Took our lad up there, talking about a map read. It's a 750. There's no power there, but there's shitloads of torque. You know, I reckon I could pull a car out of a ditch with it. It's low down front. It's absolutely unbelievable. but top speed is probably about 50. You could go a bit faster, but fucking hell, I wouldn't like to try it. It would get a bit fucking scary. I've got a good setup on it. The towing is good. It's a fun bike to have, and you can't go anywhere without anyone coming up to you and going, "What is that? Where'd you get that from?" Because it is just you don't see many motorbike and sidecars around these days. And yeah, it's a fun bike to have. So I need to do that. In fact, when I come back from holiday and I'm going to get it into I'm going to have it up and running by the end of the summer. That's my goal. Decided. Yeah, need to do it. So that whiled away the time. We've been going for nearly 2 hours now. So do I go to the red line or do I come off at junction 18? I think I'll come off at junction 18. So by the time I'm there, the road will be open. Stop for a brew, make some more coffee. So yeah, that's my I've still got a Honda C90. She's called Lucille. I didn't have a name for the Ural. The wiring on it was just, I think the Russians were, I think it was made on a Friday. I think the wiring on it, you know, like, I've always, I kept having electrical issues with it. So I did a little bit of exploring, and it on everything. It's got a big headlight at the front, big, massive, big, one round headlight right at the front. Obviously at the front, but in the headlight housing is where every single wire from the whole of the bike seems to meet. It's like that's where the junction box is. Okay, so you normally have from point A, so if the start of a wire at point A goes to the end of a wire at point B, right, to the connectors at either end, they normally remain the same colour. So if it's a red wire, when it starts and when it finishes, although it doesn't go anywhere else, it's the same colour, isn't it? Because that makes perfect sense. So it's a red, white, yellow, brown, green, blue, purple, pink, whatever colour it may be, it remains the same colour. Oh no, not on a fucking Ural, it done. I was tracing this one, I thought, I wonder if it's this one here. Let's see where it goes. So you look at I looked at some Russian schematic wiring diagrams for the bike. Fuck it. A, it's in Russian, which doesn't help, and B, it makes no sense whatsoever. No, I can work a schematic drawing. I know how to fathom that. I could not fathom this thing out. It made no sense whatsoever, because they'd stop. And in true Russian fashion, when I actually looked in the wires, they did stop. You know, so give you a classic example. a wire leading from, and let's just say it comes from the indicator, the live feed from the indicator happens to be red. So you would have thought there would have been power, a neutral, an earth that goes to the switch. It goes from the indicator to the switch to the battery. So you need to be able to switch it on and off, and there needs to be power. It's fairly straightforward, yeah? Oh, no. Starts off red, goes to a connector block in the headlight housing. Comes out of the connector block, a brown. Goes to an indicator switch. Comes out of the indicator switch to the battery, purple. It's like it's had 3 colour changes. Okay, 3 colour changes. So you're going, right, okay, all the red ones are live. No, because they're all different colours. It's like, I reckon the bloke who wired it up must have been colourblind and pissed. And you're following this wire and you're going, well, why does it go down to the... Hang on a minute. This wire goes to there as well. Why does it go there? Well, it goes to another connector block. And you're going, okay, it goes to this connector block, but there's nothing coming out the other side of the connector block. So why is it going there in the first place? Okay. And it's just loads of weird anomalies like that, and you're going, do you know what? I just want to chop the whole fucking loom out and build one from scratch. You can't. It wouldn't be that difficult to do. And the fuses. I've got to carry a big bag of fuses around with me. Well, I learned to, after I'd broken down several times because the electrics would... Oh, there's a fuse gone then. Yeah, the wiring system is fun, to say the least. And it's pretty it's agricultural. There's nothing delicate about it. You've got to be pretty brutal with the gear changes. It's got to, you know, on a motorbike, those of you who ride motorbikes, you flick it with your toe, the gear change, up and tap down. Well, I've also got a heel. And then the reason why you got it is you've got a stamp on it. It's no good flicking up with your toe because you won't be able to pull it. It's too hard. You'll break a toe. So you got to just get your revs just right, clutch just right, revs just right, stamp down, snick straight in. Otherwise you yeah, it's a bit of kit. Takes some getting used to. But it's brilliant. I love it. I need to get it going. I'm gonna get it going again. I've got to find time. Oh yeah, no, it's definitely 2 hours. 2 hours dead. And whilst I've been talking, I've probably flushed nobody in. But do you know what? That's for all the time. That'd be for all the times that I flashed people in and they fucking ignored me. So I'm just getting my own back. Well, it made that hour go quick. So I might have to split this into 2. I probably will do. I mean, some of you, I don't want anyone like dying, halfway through dying of boredom and rigor mortis setting in. deaf, or he's watching this fat bloke on YouTube. I wouldn't want my name on the death certificate. I'm surprised the video is still going. I don't even know if it is. I think it's recorded. I might have been just talking to myself for the last hour. I've got no idea. Dash cam says it's dash camming, so maybe we are. Van coming up on my left, thinking better of it. Is he going to carry on going? Yeah. I was going to. You had all the opportunity to overtake me on the right, yet no, you come up on the inside of me. Complete and total dickhead. And why did I just come over into this lane? Because I want to stay in that right hand lane. It's because I'm a cock. I don't know why I did that. So I go home today. Looking forward to that. Yeah, it's been a long 2 weeks. Just 26 hours off on Saturday, last Saturday, and then back on it again. And then in that 26 hours I drove to bloody Nottingham and back. Get our daughter from uni, so it wasn't much of a weekend really. Well, it wasn't a weekend at all, but we've got through it. And you know, people say, oh, why do you work? Well, because it's there. You never know, and in this day and age, you never know when it's not going to be. Yeah, the world could turn upside down within 48 hours. And you can't say that, oh, that's unlikely to happen, because it has, hasn't it, you know? Let's not kid ourselves, you know, we're in turbulent times, and none of us know what's round the corner. Fucking that van flying on there, jeez. And none of us know what's round the corner. So take it while you can. You know, I'm on a mission to get things apart from a very small mortgage that we've got, we'll be debt free in 2 years' time. So which puts us in a very good position, and a very lucky position. There's not many people can say that these days. There'll be no loans, credit cards. Not that I've got any credit cards. Well, I have got credit cards, but I don't. They're always paid off. And yeah, the bank balances will be. If things carry on the way are, they'll be reasonably healthy, and that paves our way for moving to France. So. That's the plan, and we're getting there. So yeah, it's a lucky position to be in. Lucky position to be in. I don't know how people are, you know, even with the, I don't know how people, let's say we both earn a good wage. When I'm on decent money, and Kira's on more than I am, well, way more than I am. And we're really lucky, really, really lucky. We know we're lucky. But I don't know how people on the average wage get by. I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't see a way. I know what our outgoings are, you know, what our electricity bill is, and you know, our other bills. And you look at those and you go, if I was on a normal, if we were both on normal wages, it would be a struggle. It would be a real struggle. Cost of living's going up. My predictions, if you remember my predictions last year, which is probably over nearly a year ago now, I predicted that inflation would be 8%, and by the end of 2022 interest rates would be 2%. Well, interest rates have just gone up again, and I think they'll go up further. I think I'll see 2% by the end of the year. I don't want to see 2% by the end of the year, but I think I'll see it. And inflation rate will top 8%. And I'm not sure where inflation is at the moment, but it's got to be around that. It's 7 point something, isn't it? You know, so if we haven't already topped it. I didn't predict fuel prices going up as quite as high as they are, and I didn't predict Ukraine, but the rest of my predictions were correct. Well, still no sunrise. The sun is up. Can't see it though. And it's supposed to be the hottest day today. It's got to burn a bit of it. I mean, it's 18 degrees as we speak. Now it is 5:51. We're going for 2 hours and 9 minutes. Miles to the gallon. That's not bad going, is it? I know I'm empty, but I've knocked her back to 52. She's been sitting at 52 on cruise all the way down here. 14 miles to the gallon. I was not getting 14 miles to the gallon in the old Merc. Sat at 52. That was 52.2. I used to set out, so. Oh, the other thing about that services last night, the amount of absolute, whether it was because the drivers were tired at the end of the day after a long day, and it was a hot day, and it was like, you know, they're knackered and tired and had enough, and they just want to get parked up. But the amount of bad reversing I saw last night, nobody could get it into a slot, and the slots weren't overly tight. It's not like you're touching mirrors. There was you can open your doors quite easily there. I believe that bloke having a piss right by that bloke's door this morning. That really annoyed me. I was raging. Believe it, just had a piss right by the truck driver's door. Stopped, he drove round, stopped his car, got out, and I thought, what's he doing? He's having a piss. I can't believe it. Another 10 more paces and he'd have been at the back of the truck on some grass. No, right by his fucking door. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Well, we'll be coming off in a minute. And I'll find the first lay-by, turn you off. Well, quarter pin. Well, not even there, because it just carries on recording, but I think that'd be about the most usable bit of dash cam. Because I've run out of things to hear, say, it's here, things to hear, things to say. I suspect you've had enough by now. Listening to me prattling on. I wonder what they get me to do today. I'm still not going to be back until 10ish. I suspect getting this box off and getting myself ready for Monday. Well, hopefully I will, and then I can go home. They said they were a bit quiet today, so that'd be a bit not quite nice if they are quiet. I did it as a monster job I did yesterday, and in their words, a beast. And the annoying thing is that when I got given the job, if everything had gone to plan, I probably would have made it on time. I wouldn't have been far off. Because the original time that I was given was 9 o'clock. And I was 3 hours late for that 9 o'clock. But they changed it to 8 o'clock, apparently. meant I ended up being 4 hours late. But the original time was 9, so I'd go with the original time. So in all, I was only 3 hours late. But bearing in mind, I was kept waiting around for, well, 2 hours to start off with, and then failed and told another 3 hours, and then another 2 hours first thing in the morning. And I could have got up the road, but I'd lost another hour, you know. So there was good wedge of time. I'd lost more time, and still only to be 3 hours late is pretty good going, I think. Very good game. So I was quite happy with that. So I think I did an excellent job in getting up there for the time that I got up there. And it was a nice drive up. Yeah, I quite enjoyed it. It seems a lot quicker coming back down though, must admit. In a minute. So I'm going to come off at junction 18, find the lay-by, pull up, have a snooze, freshen up, and then head on back down, find out what's happening with this box. Hopefully it'll be a quick box swap, back to the yard, fuel up, go home. Might clean the windscreen, chop the seat out of it. Well, I haven't, but it's minging. Bugs splattered. So we're down to a 50-mile-an-hour limit here. The traffic's flowing freely. Congestion. What congestion? I'm gonna have a biscuit. So you can hear rustling. Oh. Crumbly biscuit. Fucking hell. Hell of a fucking mess. What's going on here? Oh, fucking crumbs everywhere. Good job I got Hoover. Oh, for fuck's sake. What a mess. Fucking hell. More biscuits ended up in my beard and in my mouth. Fucking everywhere. What I might do is come off here, find a lay-by, make a brew, need a week. Then crack on for a bit longer. And that way, if I do have to go on the dogs, I'll have enough time to do it. Which I should do anyway, but yeah, I think I'll do that because I don't feel particularly tired. I feel alright. Good to go. See what it's like when I get there. I'm going to stop in a minute and make some more coffee. And I'm more or less out now. Big old concrete pipe. So we're going past drift, which stands for, and I think I'm correct in this, Daventry Rail International Freight Terminal.
M1 towards Northampton, then take the motorway.
You can go. He didn't even look. He just came straight out. He didn't look until he was already out. Fucking knobber. This isn't a bad place down here to get your boxes swapped around. Always fairly quick.
Go around the roundabout and take the 4th exit, A428, towards Northampton.
Oh, where am I going? I think I'm going the wrong way. I am, I think.
After
Yeah.
900 feet, cross the roundabout and take the 2nd exit.
I should have gone straight across there.
Cross the roundabout and take the 2nd exit, A428.
I think. Have I just gone the wrong way? Come on, sat nav, tell me where I'm going.
After 900 feet, go right on the roundabout and take the 3rd exit, A428, towards Northampton. Go right on the roundabout and take the 3rd exit.
I think it might have been totally lost my bearings where I am. Yeah, I was going the right way, idiot. I was going the right way.
After half a mile, go left on the roundabout and take the 1st exit, A5, towards Daventry.
Oh, maybe not. Back out to
Go left on the roundabout and take the 1st exit, A5, towards Daventry.
where I was. Oh well. Guided tour of Drift. Just been round in a big circle.
After a quarter of a mile, cross the roundabout and take the 2nd exit.
Fucking idiot. I won't edit this bit out.
Cross the roundabout and take the 2nd exit, A5, towards Daventry.
Can be such a cock sometimes going round. Good man. We're going up here. Kilsby. There we go. So we didn't have any fuckwittery this morning until I created it. Oh, let's see. The lay-by. Normally empty. Well, it's quite nice along here anyway. So.
half a mile, cross the roundabout and take the first exit, A5, towards Toaster.
Toaster. Take it nice and steady under the 30 limit here. There's a lay-by there, but you're not allowed to park overnight because apparently the residents don't like lorries.
Cross the roundabout and take the first exit, A5, towards Toaster. Follow A5 towards Milton Keynes for 8 miles.
Laybys along here. Hopefully we'll find one in a minute. Now the sun's coming up. Sunshine. Sun in your eyes now, isn't it? I've started using this road on a regular basis now. Cuts a little bit off the motorway and it's all roadworks. So unless I'm actually going to the red line, and even if I was using the red line, I think I'd still come this way and there's the roundabout here. If I was going down the motorway, I'd just stay on the motorway. If I'm coming up, I'd probably still cut across anyway. Ah, he's in a lay-by. I could have got in. Lay-by on that side of the road. I don't want to be on the wrong side of the road though. Makes life awkward for getting out. Beautiful day again. Yeah, it's supposed to be the hottest day in it today. Coming up. Oh, hiccups. looking good. Nice wide as well. Lovely and wide. Not a bad stop. Okay. We're going to have a quick little break here. Dash cam will go off in 3, 2, 1, off.